Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Christelle Martinette here again, and I'm here for a reading for the month of July for all different signs individually, and a peek into the next 6-month period. I just wanted to explain how I was going to do that. For the month of July, I think it was in I think it was the solstice reading, I mentioned Michelangelo. I was talking about the VERA SIBILLA, and I said, in front of his statue, he said, "Speak, why don't you speak?" Well, I have the Michelangelo Tarot, and I'm going to use that for the month of July. Lovely deck, just a lovely deck. You'll see that and I'll show you the cards when I read them. And then I'll be using, and of course, the VERA SIBILLA. What would life be without them? Upside down, of course. Now, I also have this, the way I do a mini tableau, grand tableau, mini grand tableau with using the Lenormand cards. This is the deck that I'm going to be using. It's called the Fairy Tale Lenormand deck, and this was purchased from a colleague of mine at the Secrets of the Universe.shop. And it's a lovely deck. It comes with a beautiful booklet. It's a huge booklet, actually, in a tin, and they're very lovely cards, as you can see, and I'll show you them. How am I going to do that? Well, for those of you who read the Lenormand cards, you know that there's 36 cards, and every position has a number, and every number means something. Every card means something. And when you mix the cards and put them out, it has a specific meaning when it falls on what we call that house. In the mini grand tableau, I cut out a different, I cut out 4 by 4. So I take the inner circle of the grand tableau, where there are houses ranging from the 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 26, 27, 28, 29. This is just for those who read that deck, and just to give you an idea. Now, every house has a meaning. For example, there is a house that speaks of surprises, and then a Norman card will be placed on top, and it will have a meaning. And of course, they're 4 by 4, and every row in every direction has a different meaning for me time-wise. So we'll be talking about obstacles, we'll be talking about decisions to be made, what your public life will be about, your work, your livelihood, endings, beginnings, surprises, and definite endings, communication, home life, nuisances, problems, decisions that must be made. The female influences, male influences, matters of communication, not only communication, and something hidden, more or less. This is what we'll be dealing with. And of course, in the 6 months. Now, before I go any further, let me finish. And just by saying thank you for being here, welcome new subscribers, and thank you to my old subscribers. Let's go into the reading. Hi Taurus, it's Christelle again, and I'm here with the reading for the month of July. Let's see what's in store for you for the month of July. Taurus for the month of July. Taurus for the month of July. Interesting. There's a lot of cup energy here. Let me show you these cards. This is the 6 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the 3 of Coins, the Magician, the Lover's card, right in the middle. The King of Pentacles. The Three of Cups. The Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Cups. Out of these cards, there's 1, 2, 3 cups. There is the only swords cards that I have is the Six of Swords, the first card in, and tells you clearly that there's a shift in what is happening in the month of July. And I found this for many other signs. It seems that there's a clear demarcation between the first half and the second half of the year. All of a sudden, you get signs that there are things happening, and not just simple little things. Not even, the notion of, oh, I found an apartment, I'll be moving. Huge shifts in perspective. I don't even care about that apartment. Really huge shifts in the way you conceive of life and your place in life. In the middle, there's this Lover's card, and I'm seeing it as twofold. Yes, there is a decision that has to be made, but it has to do in the field, in the domain of your relationship, your most important relationship, or the relationship that you have with a significant other, but also how you see yourself in relation to your family. If you're still living at home, this is the moment when you seriously think, I'm ready to move out and start making a plan, black on white. It's time for me to find my own place. Let me see how much I earn, if that's possible at all. And on the other hand, it's also a moment when you're thinking, let me move from where I am going to a different place. As you know, this spread, this diamond spread, 1, 2, 3 to 1, also has diagonal relationships, and both in one way and in the other. Since the cup, the Knight of Cups, is the last card out, and the strong presence here of both the King of Pentacles and the Magician, I see, Taurus, you're coming into your own all of a sudden. It really is. It seems to be all of a sudden. Both the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, it tells you this is a step. You've reached that moment when you can decide what to do from here on in. It's time for me to cut away from this job. I'm not making enough money. I was offered another one. Now is the time I want to do it. How many months do I have before I can give myself, how many months do I want to give myself before I make a positive move? I want to move in 3 months. Okay, then I have all of the money put away that I need, and things start moving, and the seeds have been planted. This is the time when things actually move. There's this beautiful Ace of Cups here that, I see for many Taurus friends out there. I do see you asking the person you're dating, asking the person that you have been seeing for a while, 1, 2 years, even more, that let's make it on our own. We're not ready to get married. Do you want children? No, I don't want children yet. It's time, and this is for the younger group of you who are, in your 20s, 30s, early 30s, that have been sort of aloof and not making any decisions. Now you want the responsibility. You want the responsibility of, I want to pay my own bills, and that will give me my freedom. Freedom is nothing without responsibility. Freedom comes with responsibility. Freedom of choice, and that's the most important part. And that is the center card. Let me take the Vera Sibilla here and see what I can uncover for some of these cards. I'm going to take this on the first Knight, the Knight of Wands. Yes, it is the male component, or the male person who occupies the male role. This is the Gran Signore, or could be Grand Dame as well, but the Mercante and the Doctor, these three persons give me a male component in the relationship that is currently pushing for that move, pushing for that change in status, pushing to break out and earn their freedom. Not without its difficulty in their minds, of course, but so much so that they may start to rebel against their parents or other people that they lived with, arguing and giving themselves a reason, you know, almost picking a fight to make them think, well, it's about time, you know. So I'm seeing a real breakaway, you know, this coming into your own, solidifying your intentions. Let's see what the Knight of Cups has to say. Okay, the Knight of Cups, of course. All right, we have the Jealousy card, which also speaks to sadness and somewhat loss of money, and that had occurred recently. But what I'm seeing here is not so much a loss of money as something related to a relationship. But here there's the Fidelity card, Fedeltà and Riunione coming together. As of late, there were issues for many of you, Taurus, out there with the relationship that you have. Or if you didn't have a relationship, with the idea of getting someone in your life. You sort of slacked off. But here, this is the moment when you go and, you know, bring that person into your cave. I'm the caveman, you know, bop them on the head, bring them in by the hair and bring them in your cave. You're ready. I'm interested here in looking at this card, the Lover's card, to see a little bit more about where that is going to take us. Okay. It's going to take us right into the bedroom, ladies and gentlemen. But there is a little bit of trouble in under the covers there. This is the leggerezza, lightness of being. The ladro is the thief who speaks to change, and sometimes coming out of a negative incident. Here is the messaggero, the messenger. And what I'm seeing here is that this decision was born out of recent occurrences around the couple that had to do with a bit of jealousy, a bit of, you know, getting the feeling that, oh, if we don't go and live together, what are we doing? Are we always going to be, you know, figli di papa, children of parents, and have to stay home? I mean, are we going to be soft padded by all of the luxuries, in inverted commas, that our parents have provided for us? Why don't we just, don't you think it's time? You know, so this is the type. Now, of course, it sounds like I'm talking to a specific age group, and it may sound that way, but it also speaks to those couples who are separated, living in the home, and have a relationship outside, and for economic reasons are still in the home. And this is the moment when you start wanting to break away. I do hope this was of help, ladies and gentlemen, Taurus friends out there. Let me go on now to the reading for the 6 months of the year and see what that has to tell us. See what that has to tell us. Okay, now, here I have these lovely fairy tale Lenormand cards that I purchased from a colleague. The shop is at, I have to lower this. The shop is secretsoftheuniverse.com. Secretsoftheuniverse.com. Now, let me see, Taurus, what is going on for the next 6 months of the year? Okay, let me show you these one at a time. The bouquet. Okay, I'm going to have to turn that low. There you go. Well, the bouquet. the coffin, the stars, the stork, the bear, the moon, the mice, snake, the rider, the dog, the mountain, the gentleman, the cross, fish, the lady, and the book. Give me a moment now. Very interesting how they fall, on which houses they fall. Let me start by giving you the general picture of what's going on during the next 6 months. There will be, of course, a surprise element in the latter part of the year, the second half of the year, because you are in a transformative moment. You're definitely, you know that you're under a lucky star. It's time for you to break away and fly, you know, to fly the coop. I guess that's the way you say it. But instead of moving away, you really do feel like now you're coming into your own. You feel that you're ready to be the protector of sorts. You can support the person that you're interested in living with. You can be a provider for them because the love is so strong. Now, the ultimate issue is that any difficult situations that you have felt in the recent past is now being resolved, and it's no longer existing. You find that all of the problems that stood between you and breaking away are gone now. You were looking for a new job, you got the new job, your companion did the same, you've now put money away, so everything has been solved, and here you are riding away. You're making plans to do this. Both of you, and you are the promoter, Taurus, in this. Against all of the odds, you're the one who's really going to push the notion. It will be a very difficult moment because there is a slight bit of fear, and especially for those of you, Taurus, that have your own business and are working on your own, or who do not have a position as of today, but will be, are promised a position in the near future. Those have started to feel that little bit of fear settling in because you're worried. But what brings you out, and how lovely is this? There is the lady. The lady is right over the house of the gentleman, and they are together. And it is the female component, the person who has the female role, that really will be supportive of the male component. Of course, the last card out, the book, does tell us that it is all a mystery what will be coming up. You're looking with stars in your eyes to the future, and you have no real exact set plan. You know, incoming, outgoing, there's an amount there, but there are added expenses that you cannot see now. There are things that you need to put away for. There's money that needs to be put away for. Surprises, they will be coming, but that element of surprise, the element of mystery, that element of that which you don't know, instead of making you fearful, is actually pushing you forward. Now, let me talk about the different domains of the readings. As I said, the obstacles, the decisions. All right. First of all, we've got beginnings and endings. Beginnings and endings are heralded in with a whirlwind of happy feelings because you are both ready. There's no doubt about that. And the surprises here, the surprises concern the fact that you are actually deciding to close one book and open another book. That is the wonderful surprise, because you yourself think, my God, I've never been like this. I don't even remember when in my life I've been like this. So enterprising. Now, the serious endings, things that bring you to a position where you say, not only the book, the whole chapter, the book, the page, the entire library is being burned, closed, I'm gone. The ending, something that you will definitely leave behind you and are cutting off, is met with such clarity and such guidance in your soul. Your very soul is feeling that this is the time to go ahead. Also, what's interesting is that for one of the first times in your life, you're starting to think that you're coming back into your senses. All of the dreams that you had are now taking on a form, a shape, and you feel that this is the person, this is the Taurus that I know, you know. Also, your work and your livelihood, your activity is taking on importance at the same time, because it seems that one is feeding, the work and the livelihood area is feeding off this immense desire to be independent, and that is definitely going to benefit. Those of you who have a job, who want to break away from the full-time job and open a business, now is the time to do it. Love is in the air. Love is in the air, and love is the sense of security. It is not the financial aspect that's giving you security this time, Taurus. It is the love that you feel and that bonds you with a significant other, or you with friends and family, that is giving you the security. Again, if there is an aspect that I can call negative, it's that element of not knowing exactly what is going to come about. And that's the only thing that could eat at that bit of insecurity that you may have. And the notion of creating a new home and changing your skin, you know, your transformative nature of you just letting things, leaving things behind and moving into a new home. I'm seeing it as a move, actually, is what is causing that little bit of fear, that actual, you know, it's not the sensation that you won't make it. It is actually the doing and moving furniture, and that is what's causing you a little bit of concern, because you have your plates are all full. Now, what's interesting is that all of a sudden, with all of these changes underway and the plans underway, you're actually going to start feeling that you're in a new phase of your life, and you're actually going to be very extroverted. Far more extroverted than you ever were. This is you're going to get the feeling that I'm much more extroverted than I've ever been in my whole life. Sometimes I felt intimidated, sometimes I felt of shame, sometimes I felt, you know, under the weather, a little bit really shy, but now you're your own person. You know, this is a very important transformational moment in your life. And the obstacles in your life are dear to your heart. Let me say that again. The obstacles, it's as if you are taking them, putting in your bag and walking with the obstacles, keeping them, bearing them in mind constantly, and you're making friends out of these obstacles. You're going right into the mouth of the dragon, knowing you want to keep your eyes wide open, knowing what is in store for you, and you're going to hurdle those. You just jump right over each obstacle. You're on a roll. You're on a mission. What is interesting also is that the choices that need to be made, the decisions that need to be made, are going to be quite arduous, are going to be quite challenging. That is a challenge, the decisions that have to be made. And you're going to have decisions one after another placed right in front of you, and that is not what you expected, because you expected, okay, I make the choice of moving out and changing my place of residence, but that comes that's added with other decisions. Okay, do I want to live in this area, that area? And you didn't even think of that, all of the added decisions to be made. And like I said, the male component is the person who will have, or the male role, the person who fills that male role is the person who's going to have more responsibility in this change, in this decision-making process. And, well, what is hidden? It's the hidden element here is the most challenging aspect of this transformative phase, because it seems to me, from what I've been saying, that this is a moment where you take matters into your own hand and move forward, and that is your responsibility. Freedom comes along with that. But in truth, what I'm saying here is that the cross is in the house of the book, and that tells me that there is a huge hand here with the universe is really dealing you a hand and actually putting you in the position, and then you take the ball and run with it. So yes, it is your decision, but there is also the component that the universe is telling you, now is the time, ladies and gentlemen, Taurus friends. It's now or never. Now, matters of communication, I told you that you would become much more extroverted, and in line with that is your idea of being more entrepreneurial, wanting to open your own business, if not in this 6-month period, but starting to make connections in that sense with people around you. The male influence in your life, if you're a woman, the male is going to be the most, the person who is going to give you a raft, a lifeboat, who's going to make you feel balanced, and that is going to push you forward. If you had any doubt at all, lean on the person, lean on that male side of you, the animus. And what about our female influences, the anima? That is the area of mystery. There is an interesting component here of something not known, something, the call of the wild, going but not necessarily knowing the ultimate goal, where you're going. And it's lovely to see, Taurus, because the transformative nature has to do with your relationship, your feeling, your sense of love, and how you're ready to propose something new, and how much you're ready to face those challenges, even in the face of this mystery. Also, the notion of coming home, coming to my own home, ready to do what I want in a place that I can call mine, is at the same time something that feeds your fire, and also makes you well aware that that is where the difficulty is going to, that's where the challenges are going to arise, first and foremost. And you also feel, and you're true to this image, you're true to this goal, you are unwavering in this intention, and you feel that it's now or never, and it is now or never, Taurus. I hope this was of help to you. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, Taurus friends. Till we read together again. Bye-bye.